Okay, guys. Well, we definitely over thrifted this weekend. Here is the haul, y'all. It's taken up the whole table. My voice is finally starting to come back a little bit, and I'm just going to get right into it. So, you guys know, if you've been watching my videos lately, that I've been digging yacht rock, and I'm thinking of having a special yacht rock sale on Whatnot at some point. It's really trending right now, so I found some yacht rock CDs and they're in good shape. So we got the Eagles and Toto. We saw Toto live last year or the year before. It hasn't been that long. Over in Biloxi. My God, they were really good. They just sounded great. Then I picked up this great celestial theme, which is still trending, plate up at the Socks thrift store. I only paid $4 for it, and I think somebody's gonna go nuts over that. Yard sale up on Kenwood. We picked these guys up. They were sitting down on the blanket, and they're napkin rings. Look how cute those are. I think that was a good pickup. I also found these up at Socks, 3 magnets. I am working on the magnet collection for another Whatnot show, 50 cents a piece. So I was happy with that. Then I found this cute little thing here, fire department keychain. And I think I know who I'm going to send that one to. Then I got this Air Force Reserve mug at another yard sale. Just says USA on the bottom. That's a good generic military mug to pick up. I found at the Goodwill this Renoir mug. I like to pick up mugs that have artists on them, like the depiction of fine art. That seems to always be a good seller. And then I got a Starbucks mug. I still have to look that one up. $2.99 Goodwill in Fort Walton. Same thing with this one. Another Starbucks mug, $2.99 Fort Walton. And this one. So that one was also $2.99. This one's older. I think these little barrel-shaped mugs are a little more collectible. So I'm going to have to do some looking up on some of those. Anyways, coming in here. David found this measuring tape. He's like, you need that. That was at a yard sale. I got this adorable little mug here, $1.99 of the Holland waterfront. And I am currently thrifting an aesthetic called Fisherman. It's like a coastal aesthetic, but it's got a little more of a rustic vibe. So that's a fishing boat. I am definitely thrifting things in the Fisherman aesthetic. And so that's what some of this stuff is here. And that little Holland mug will fit. And then I saw this at Waterfront Mission. It definitely has a little bit of a fisherman vibe to it. And this was the painting I said, Jesus, take the wheel. But then when I started looking them up, the vintage prints, this is definitely vintage. Look at that. And the vintage prints are selling for quite a bit. They're actually on Worth Point. So that tells you something. And then this cute little basket here has a fisherman vibe to it. A whole basket full of Santa face mugs. They're not in the best shape. They're really old and crazed, you guys. I don't know if I scored here or if it's just something kitschy and fun for Christmas, but it was $5 for all of the Santa face mugs. So I think that was a good find. Same yard sale yielded this piece of Fostoria, and it's that pretty blue color. I had one of these a long time ago. This one's in perfect condition. No flea bites. $5, definitely worth it. Maybe about a $28 value. These are just my plates I stacked up to make room for everything. My melamine plates. All right. Also at Goodwill in Fort Walton, I found this copper etched piece, $2.99. It is a signed piece of copper etched. It needs clean up a little bit. I have to figure out how I'm going to clean it up. But that one has some really good comps on it. I believe this is Crystal d'Arcs, this one. I haven't looked it up, but there is like a little mark on the bottom somewhere. I don't think it says Waterford or anything. I think it's just Crystal d'Arcs. but a little crystal dish for $1.99. This was $3.99. It says Plymouth, again, with the sailing ships and everything. Definitely has a fisherman vibe going for it, for an old decorative plate. And I've been to Plymouth several times. I used to live near there when I was a little girl, Plymouth, Mass. And this adorable little whimsical mouse that was scratched onto a piece of slate. I believe this is a piece of slate tile. And I found this for $6 at an estate sale. Too whimsical, too cute to leave behind. I will probably list this somewhere as Whimsigoth. I think someone's going to truly love this little guy when I get it listed. All right, more with the art. I found this little crab, which is also fisherman vibe. Unfortunately, the frame has a crack in it. So I may be looking to reframe this, looking for another frame for it. I did not see the crack when I bought it, but it's a nice little piece. It's kind of matted and mounted in there. Then this guy here is signed and numbered. So this was the weekend for me to find signed and numbered art, you guys. And that's E. Scott Bushnell Sr., I think. And it's obviously done pen and ink in pointillism. Beautiful zebras, nice subject matter. Someone's going to love that. So, and the frame is pretty good. I don't know, it's just kind of, I think it's just like a one from the craft store kind of frame. Also, at Socks thrift store, this fabulous little bird pillow. It needs cleaning up a little. There's somebody else's cat hair on there. I'm going to have to get that off with tape roller. But it's got the legit velvet backing on it, so I believe this is vintage. You can tell by the zipper sometimes too, and they have those little skinny pulls. This is a vintage tapestry style pillow, and I think it's very dark cottage would be the keyword I would use on this one. Definitely has a little bit of a cottage / dark cottage vibe. The butterfly is just gorgeous. I think I paid $2 for this pillow. It was, I think the purple tags up there are $2. That is just an insane deal. Then there was this piece of signed and numbered art here. This one's kind of exciting to me. Also signed and numbered by D. Smith. Beautiful. I think this is probably a G clay because look how crisp those colors are. And the detail on these. This I am going to list with the keyword, I think biophilia or biophil. It's a trending style trend now, the nature style trend. And this one was got a little explanation on the back. This artist is from Fort McCoy, Florida. D. Smith is the name. It is a gentleman, and he is a member of the Society of Animal Artists. So I think that I did all right for my $12 on this particular beautiful piece of matted and framed art. I found this week. We have a vintage Disney bank. I had to buy a stopper for it. I paid $3.95, so now I have a bunch of stoppers in case I find more banks. Coming around at the same yard sale where we found all the great fisherman stuff, I found this American Tourister luggage tapestry bag. Again, those same folks that like the cottage style have been digging the tapestry luggage. American Tourister vintage tapestry bag for $5. The comps on this might be as high as 60. So that's a bolo. Keep an eye out for those. Found myself a pair of Vionics at the Goodwill. These also have yacht rock vibes to me. I'm like, yacht rock, baby. And they fit me, but I'm not sure I'm crazy about them. So they're Vionic. They're in really great shape. So if I don't keep them, I can resell them for about $30. And set those aside. I found some more Fisherman's type themed ocean fabrics here. The octopus and the fish and things on there and the seashells. These could maybe be upcycled into something. That fabric could be decoupaged onto something. And same here with this fabric. Could be turned into a really cute tote bag. Really cute. Coastal granny looking. Then they're sitting inside this wonderful big fat round basket. $5.99. I hardly ever see baskets of this quality sitting on the shelf at Goodwill. At our Goodwills, they get snapped up really fast. So I thought this one was pretty cool. And I like, it's kind of sculptural. Might be a really nice basket for like storing skeins of yarn or something that you want to display. Or guest towels, would be beautiful in the room with guest towels. So I have to decide what I'm going to do with it. If I'm going to keep it or sell it, y'all. Y'all. And set her down here. Oh, speaking, I got a new rug on Marketplace. It's a little darker than the old one. It tends to anchor this room a little better, I think. Kind of goes more with my eclectic style. And it's thick and beautiful. It's a Turkish rug. And I paid $50 for it. $50, you guys, for a Turkish rug. All right. Here is one of my favorite things that I got. You have to see this. This is picnic basket, a large one by Putney, Vermont. Basketville, Putney, Vermont. And I did not pay more than $5 for it. It was $10 for everything I picked up at that yard sale. And this one's comping out at about $60 on eBay. And it also fits the Fisherman aesthetic. So if you Google or look up on YouTube Fisherman style, you're going to see stuff that looks just like that. And that's one of the new trending design aesthetic cores for 2026. So pay attention to that, you guys. Then inside, I thought it was an English tea towel. But then I started looking. This is a tablecloth. And it has all the coat of arms of Germany on it, with all these German castles and a sailing ship and different maritime looking stuff on there and castles. It's a vintage German touristy, I guess, kind of tablecloth. So it's maybe something that I keep because that's part of my heritage. I'm part German. We found a Ralph Lauren eyeglass case. You can sell just the cases. They do sell. This was $1.99. Ralph Lauren's always a good pickup. I found this nice set here. These are just acrylic, but they're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're sturdy. They're in great shape. Good tumblers for $3.99. So summer's coming up. People are going to be looking for the plastic tumblers for out at their pool sides and things that, and here you have a set of 4 with a spare. I found an entire stack of Southern Living magazines at a yard sale for 25 cents a piece. I think I got like 8 or 10 or 12 of them in there, maybe $3 worth. So that will be fun for me to sit and look through one afternoon. And then I can probably turn around and resell the stack. And you can sell used magazines on eBay, and people do buy them. At the same yard sale, I found this. Bone china, obviously vintage. They only wanted $1 for it. Napkin rings. And look, they're seashells. So there you go. There's your coastal vibe right there. We are so lucky we find so many coastal things. Then I got this great little silver wastebasket. How much did I pay for that? 50 cents or $1? It was 50 cents, you guys. 50 cents for that beautiful little wastebasket. I may use it here at the house, or I might incorporate it into something else. I don't know. All right, what else do I have to show you? Oh, I've underneath here was the tea towel that I found also at the same yard sale with the basket. And I happen to know somebody who comes from Norfolk, and that is just going to be a gift. I'm going to send that along to my dear friend from Norfolk. And then here we have another set for $2.95 of Crosskill shams. And these are, if you don't know the name Crosskill, I learned that one from Kat the Nurse Flipper. And it is, I mean, I sell these, pay $2.95 and I might sell them for $25 for the pair. And people are looking to increase their collections on their pieces that they have, or they'll get a stain or something and they'll want to replace. Some of them are from, people who own properties for rentals, but Crosskill's a high quality name and I seem to always sell it. So that's kind of exciting to me. Oh, and the last thing, let's see, there's a couple more things. We got a whole set of these Nancy Green bowls and plates. I only have the one set of bowls out here to show you, but it's a certified international set of plates. And, there's a lot of that stuff out there. But Nancy Green in particular is popular. It sells because it's got this great Western fiesta vibe thing going on. And it also works for Pride. And so, you have several different customers kind of looking for this pattern. So don't hesitate to buy those. They're bright and colorful. And they're maximal, and maximalism's coming back. Then I found at the estate sale this wonderful book. Garrison Keillor, he was on PBS or on NPR for a long time with his radio show, Lake Wobegon. Really quaint, fun, lighthearted little show. And my mom was super into it. She listened every week to Garrison Keillor. So I bought this for her. I'm probably going to hold on to it, and then I'll surprise it with her sometime around her birthday. I have to send that to England, so it's probably not going to be cheap to send all the way over there. Then I found these 2 books on collecting glass, on vintage glassware. And I love vintage glassware. So I'm going to read them, and then I might resell them. I don't know. They'll either end up in my own reference library, or I will resell. And if I resell, the price is going to be probably close to $30 that I'll get for both of these. Like $20 for one and $10 for the other, I think. Then at the Mission, this was the really cool thing. I'm going to do a whole separate video, I think, on this. I was at the Mission earlier in the week, and this is copper. This is a legit copper vessel, obviously vintage. You could barely tell it was copper because look how dirty it is. But then if you've seen down here, and I snatched it up so fast, you guys, $4.95. And the ones I'm seeing online look like they're coming in at well over $100. And I haven't quite seen one with this exact type of etching on it, pattern. So I have to probably get it shined up a little bit. I'm probably going to do some shining on it. And I have to figure out exactly how I'm going to do that. So that was the piece de resistance this week. Maybe several $100s on this little copper vessel. Just, it when you see it, quality. But even this little Jesus thing here, even my Jesus Takes the Wheel painting, you might look at that and not think much of it. But then when I was looking at some of the comps on that, were coming in at like $80 for the vintage one. So again, something I have to try to gently clean up and we'll see. I'll, list it and take what I can get. So that's it for the haul, you guys. Thank you for tuning in again for another episode of A Coastal Thrifter. And we're going to just keep thrifting around and finding out. Bye. Oh, Tara, you're so tired. Were you on the night shift last night, girl? She's like, just turn the light off, Ma. Well, this is about all we got. Kind of disappointing. We're not even getting it on tops of the cars. Because, the kids, they look forward to stuff like this. They teased it. It's basically just sleet. But still, it's always interesting to see it here in Florida.